Hi everyone and welcome to IwannaB, the show where we investigate careers and do all the research to find out the best possible job to suit you.
Big show ahead of us though, guys. I'm announcing the winner of the iPhone 6 later on and giving you guys details on how you can score another one.
Nice.
Also, I have a chat to the RAC to find out what they're doing to help you get your driver's licence. Very handy if you're getting a job.
Speaking of jobs, jobception. Jobs inside.
Just made that up.
A total word, man. And I talk to a HR manager because we're all looking for jobs and they're the ones that give them.
I find out what it's like to study teaching, so
awesome.
that's pretty cool.
Well, later on, I chat to a famous actor. You may know him from Kath and Kim. Pete Rosethorn, talking to him about what it's like to be an actor.
Awesome.
Well, you guys know how much I love my hair, right?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Age-old love affair.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go talk to the professionals, a hairdresser, and find out the science behind looking good. I do everything with my hair. I go on camping trips, I go to restaurants, I even sleep with my hair, but I need a trained professional to take care of this mess, which is why I'm here at Tony & Guy, to find someone who knows what they're talking about, to give me the inside word on just what it takes to be a hairdresser. Everybody you know gets their hair cut. They might end up with a mullet, but they do get their hair cut. So being a hairdresser is actually a pretty important job. And because you get to meet so many people, I'm guessing it's pretty interesting too. But how do you get that job?
Hi, Hans?
Jude?
Yes.
Oh, great to meet you. Hey, I'm here because I want to know everything that is involved in being a hairdresser. Can you help me out?
Definitely help you there.
Sweet.
You want to follow me through?
Yeah.
Excellent.
You going to cut my hair?
Absolutely. Come and take a seat.
All right.
What would you like to know?
Oh, so many things. But let's start off with what is being a hairdresser? It's got to be more than just cutting hair.
Absolutely. It's about communication, being able to talk to the client, different age groups of client, obviously. There's lots of different aspects to hairdressing, not just cutting hair. You've got styling hair, the colour, perming. There's a lot to do on the computer at reception.
I'm assuming you have to deal with stockists with product as well?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You have to deal with your different brands, choosing what's the right thing for the salon, but then also being able to prescribe those products for the clients. So having a real understanding of all of the different products,
Yeah, cool.
and what would be best for the right
And you
hair
have to
type.
avoid running with scissors.
That would be a good idea.
You actually own the salon, so you're the boss here, right? Okay, so how did you get to where you are today?
Well, my journey started I did an apprenticeship actually in England. I did 1 day a week at college or TAFE here, and then worked 4 days a week on the floor within the salon with the clients.
And what's involved in each one? When you're at the salon, what do you do? And when you're at TAFE, what do you do?
At the beginning of your apprenticeship, it's actually more about making coffees, cleaning, actually learning how to interact with different age groups and people, more than actually being hands-on with the hair.
Now, for the people who are actually interested in becoming a hairdresser, I need you as a pro to give me the edge. Can you do that?
Definitely.
And can you wash my hair?
Absolutely.
Let's go wash my hair.
Follow me.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. Question number one. What steps do I have to do to become a hairdresser?
You need to get yourself an apprenticeship. So you work at TAFE and you're working in the salon.
So basically, go into a salon, talk to the owner and sort it out.
Definitely. Take in your CV. Be really positive. Make sure your personality shines through. That's what I like to see.
Fantastic. This feels amazing, by the way. All right, question number two. What sort of person is best suited to being a hairdresser?
Creative. Really passionate about the industry. Someone who cares about their appearance and wants to make other people look and feel good about themselves.
Sorry, zoned out there for a second. And finally, if you could have done one thing different but still end up exactly where you are, what would you have done better?
I definitely would have concentrated more on the week at work and less on my weekends out.
Oh, so don't party as much.
No, definitely not.
Oh, well, thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. So, are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Jude? 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 Don't forget what Jude said. If you want to be a hairdresser, you got to get out there and start asking questions. Hey, Jude, can we do something with this?
Hans, that looks super interesting.
I know, I was there.
But do you know what else is interesting?
What?
A Student Edge membership.
Actually, you're dead right. And the thing that makes it so special is the discounts you get. I'm talking discounts on McDonald's, Hoyt Cinemas, City Beach Surf, Sumo Salad. The list is as long as my gigantic arms. And the only way to get it is by getting onto studentedge.com.au. Membership is 100% free, which is awesome because Rebecca's really broke. While you're there as well, hit up the comps tab Might be able to win yourself a brand new iPhone 6. We're giving away one every single week, and you need the code word, which is... After the break.
I'm having a chat with a student counsellor.
Very cool. Stick around on IwannaB.
So, what do you want to be when you grow up? That was the #1 question I got asked when I was about to start high school or my ATAR. And to be quite honest, my usual response was, I actually have no idea. Now, while nobody expects you to have your life planned out by the time you hit high school, it's never too early to start thinking about what you're interested in or what you're even good at. The best thing about having to think about your interests now is that you can start to choose subjects at school that you may really enjoy and could put you ahead of the game in the future. Today I'm catching up with Lana, a careers advisor, to find out the best time to start thinking about your future career.
Hi, you must be Rebecca.
Lana, I've got some questions I'd love your advice on.
For sure, let's go.
Now, Lana, if I was in high school, should I start thinking about my career now?
Look, I think starting in high school in Year 8 is a good way to go. You're never too young to start. The courses that you decide to do in Year 8 and 9 lead on to Year 10, and that's what we call the decision-making process of what courses you want to choose going into Year 11 and 12, which then determines if you're going to go into university, state training provider, apprenticeship or a job. So yeah, I think it is important.
How do I choose what job I want or what I want to study?
You're in school for a long time, so you need to be doing things that interest you, that you are good at, that you have strengths with. Sometimes it's good to try other things as well, because you might think, oh, I might not like this from the sound of it, but once you actually get in there and have a go, you might find that, hey, this is great and I really enjoy it.
If I chose a career but then changed my mind, is that okay? Is there some way that I can incorporate that in or swap?
It depends on what year you're in. If you're in Year 11 and 12, you may need to be re-counselled to look at what courses you want to do. Year 12 is the main one for university, so if you've got prerequisites that you've already chosen and now that you can't use those, that can't stop you from doing what you want to do. You just might have to do a bridging program or enabling program when you go to university, but there's lots of different avenues that you can take.
How does a student find out what their strengths are?
I think sometimes students know what their strengths are, what they enjoy or what they don't. I think that school reports really play an important part.
Who should a student talk to find out what is the best pathway for them?
Most schools would have some sort of counsellor about jobs. There's different websites that give the information as well. Get onto the uni sites, even talking to friends and family about their jobs if they enjoy them. Just gathering as much information as possible to give them more range of choices.
And lastly, if there was one piece of advice you could give a student who wasn't sure what they wanted to do, what would it be?
My one piece of advice is choose something that you enjoy and that you have an interest in, because it's a long time doing a job, and if you don't like it, you're not going to enjoy it and you're not going to be happy. Choose something that makes you happy and have an interest in.
Well, thank you so much for all your advice. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome.
So if you're unsure about your future choices, take Lana's advice and start asking questions, because it's never too early to start planning your future.
How would you like to win an iPad mini thanks to Curtin University? Well, if you're in years 10, 11 or 12 right here in WA, all you got to do is get onto Student Box. It's an online community guaranteed to give you a leg up on your studies. Get onto studentbox.com.au, sign up and use the code word CurtinUni. Good luck.
Now, getting your driver's licence can be super handy when you find that dream job, because it can actually get you to the job, funnily enough. Now, joining me in the studio is Catherine, our road safety educator from RAC. Now, Catherine, you go out to schools and you teach kids all about road safety and getting your licence. So what are the steps?
It can be quite a complicated process, but when you turn 16 years of age and you take in 5 forms of identification, you can actually sit for your theory test. Once you've got 24 out of 30, you will then be given your learner's permit. So from there, you then have to start logging your first 25 hours worth of supervised driving. You then turn 16 in 6 months, and that's when you go back into the licensing centre and you will sit your practical driving assessment.
The exciting bit.
The exciting bit. So after that, you then have to log another 25 hours worth of driving. Once you turn 17, you then go on to your red Ps, provided you pass your hazard perception test. You're on your red piece for 6 months before then going on to your green piece for 18 months. All of these have different restrictions that you have to follow, such as having an alcohol concentration of 0%.
So what does RAC do to help young drivers?
We've got a few different things that we're doing. The first thing that you can do is you can ring up the community education team and ask for a supervisor's pack. And so we can send it out to supervisors and learner drivers, and it's just a bit of information about what to expect when you're going for your licence.
And tell us about Free to Go. What's this?
So Free to Go is for 17-year-olds, and this is a free roadside assistance for all 17-year-olds for a year.
That would have been super handy every time I lock my keys in my car.
It would have been.
Thanks so much for chatting to us today, Catherine, and thank you for helping young drivers get on the road safely.
No problem.
Now, speaking of dream jobs, after the break, I chat to a famous actor on IwannaB. Welcome back to IwannaB. Hey, hands, ready for an impression?
Yeah.
Okay, ready, back.
Ready.
Rebecca, look at me. Look at me. Look at me, Beck. Look at me.
Oh, that is
Look
the
at me.
absolute best Michael Jackson I've ever seen.
Ah, not far off, actually. No, that was actually from Kath and Kim, because I had a chat to a man from the show, Pete Rosethorn. Ready for some more bad acting from myself?
Look at this.
Oh, look at this.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
And scene. How was that? Yep, totally nailed it. Nah, I didn't. Now, we've all seen movies and TV shows, and we've probably even got up on stage and embarrassed ourselves a couple of times. But have you ever thought about what it actually takes to make a career out of acting? Well, that's what we're finding out today when we talk to a professional actor. But I'm not actually an actor, so I should probably just exit stage left. All right, I'm just getting off stage. Becoming an actor doesn't just mean making movies or TV. There's stage, advertising, voice acting, and even presenting. Today, we're talking to someone who's done them all. Peter Rosethorn is a comedian, actor, presenter, and TV host, and he's going to give us the inside story on what it's like to be a professional actor.
Hello, Jess.
Peace! I was just looking at you.
I know, look at this.
I got a couple of questions about being an actor.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay, I can answer those.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Welcome to the Heath Ledger Theatre.
Lovely theatre.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
These are the Pete Rosethorn stairs.
So you raise people up to the top.
That's right.
So first up,
Yep.
how did you get into acting?
I got into acting by, well, like everyone, I tried to audition for all the institutions, NIDA, BCA, WAPA, all those things. Didn't get in nil. So I became a teacher. I'm a drama teacher by trade. When I was at college, I started doing a little bit of comedy at night with a friend of mine. Melbourne at that time had a really fantastic sort of fringe theatre scene, comedy and cabaret scene. All that work is generally self-created. So that's been a real key to me becoming an actor and staying one. Is that, like, if in doubt, I'll create my own body of work to get it out there. Because I had some television exposure, a show called The Comedy Company, which is the late 80s. I did a musical, did Rocky Horror Show for quite a long time. And now, because I live in Perth, I do the occasional play for Black Swan.
So is it stressful not knowing where the work's coming from?
Look, I've been freelance for 30 years, so whenever they say, you know, automotive workers are without jobs, I go, I'm out of a job at the end of every week. So I feel you get used to the psychology of it a little bit. You meet great people, and I've had a great time doing it, so I'll never knock it. It's a fantastic career.
So you're in a play at the moment at the Black Swan Theatre. Take me through a typical day.
Like 9 to 5. You get here at 10 o'clock, you warm up, you work all day. I've got the lead, so I'll be here every day for 5 days a week, and it's for a 4-week period where you rehearse every day, and then you go into your technical week. So yeah, you just go through the play scene by scene, and I'm in every scene, so I'll be here every day. But it's great. It's a really, really indulgent and really good fun time rehearsing. It's really good fun.
Well, it sounds like such a fun industry to be in, Pete. But now I think it's time for the edge.
Oh, I'm giving you the edge.
Okay. What characteristics does someone need to be an actor?
I would say you need a bit of tenacity,
Yep.
and you need to be patient too. Yeah, just never giving up.
And from school to today, what did you do and what do you suggest someone does to get to where you are?
You can try and get into a course, like a NIDA or a WAPA or whatever. But I would say don't be discouraged if you don't get in. Lots of people do lots of fringe theatres where they get together with other actor mates who are out of work and go, let's do something, let's find a piece we can perform together, or let's write something, or, you know, Joe Bloggs has got an idea, let's hear it and let's see if we can put it on somewhere. It might cost a bit of money to put on, but you also might make yourself some money and suddenly have a hit on your hands. It's like a YouTube thing, you know. Someone's gone from being completely, you know, unknown person, a 16-year-old kid, suddenly he's got 13 million followers. Plays can be like that, you know, pieces of writing can be like that, and acting performance can be like that. So something just clicks and can take you up.
And if you could do one thing differently and still get to where you are, what would that be?
I would have had probably 3 or 4 less children.
Tell me about it. Dad, face it, you're really embarrassing. Can we please go?
I don't know what I'd change. Probably not a lot. I would probably. I've had a very good run at it, and I've done things my way.
So there you have it. There are plenty of ways to get into acting, but remember what Pete said, you've got to put yourself out there. Now, you guys, can you get out of here? The show's about to start. Get out!
Peter Rosethorn, what a cool dude.
Yeah, he's such a funny guy. And where we filmed at the Heath Ledger Theatre, very cool place. Definitely check that out.
Looked amazing.
But guys, competition time.
Yes!
How exciting. Scott Park's B1 Homes Study Scholarship, $5,000. If you want to win that, all you got to do, head to IwannaB.com.au, get to the competitions page, enter the code word, which is hands.
Homes!
H-O-M-E-S. You're in the draw for that $5,000.
Hey, check it out. After the break, I catch up with a human resources manager. Jobs inside jobs inside jobs. After the break, IwannaB.
Hello and welcome back to IwannaB. It is that time to give away a brand spanking new iPhone 6 thanks to Student Edge. This week's winner is... Oh, congratulations. You'll be hitting the web and calling your friends and looking all cool with your new phone. If you want to win one, head to studentedge.com.au. But now, let's see Hans check out a career in human resources.
Now look, there are 2 types of people in this world. Those that organise things, and the rest of us that just kind of do what they say. But if you think you're good with people and you like organising things, maybe human resources could be a career for you. We're here at the Department of Mines to find out what it's all about. You hear the term human resources all the time, but it's a pretty obscure and confusing job title. All I know is that it involves dealing with lots of people, which is why I'm here at one of the biggest people machines in WA, the Department of Mines and Petroleum, to find out exactly what a human resources officer does.
Hi Hans, nice to meet you.
Oh, great to meet you too, Elise.
Let's go, shall we?
Shall we?
So what would you like to know?
Well, let's start with everything. I need to know, if you're working in human resources, what do you do?
So pretty much we work with the employees right through from application to retirement, and that could be anything from looking after their safety to training to providing wellness programs or diversity events, all sorts of things.
So you follow someone's career basically from the beginning right through the end?
Yeah, whilst they're in that specific organisation.
Sure. And okay, well, let's start at the beginning, how you came to be in the job. What was your particular path? What did you study? How are you here today?
So I studied at ECU. I studied a Bachelor of Business and I did the major in Human Resource Management. From that, I engaged in lots of different work experience, internship placements. I put my name on the temp list here at this department and they asked me to come back and work on my initial project.
So, okay, walk me through a day, a typical day of yours. When you turn up, what do you get up to?
First thing I do is look at my emails, make sure there's no employees that are concerned about any issues. That's the first thing you need to get to, and you need to reply to them quickly. I also, because I'm the wellness coordinator, I do a lot of events and presentations. So one day I might be booking in a presentation, checking that staff have RSVP'd properly, that kind of thing. We also organise occupational safety and health inductions for new staff, so I might be sending out invites.
Okay, it's time for you to give us the edge. Can you do that?
Absolutely.
All right, question number 1. Just quickly, from school to what you do now, what's the process?
Definitely finish high school, and an excellent way to increase your opportunities. Then enrol in either a human resource management course, there's a number of different institutions that offer it, or you could do a degree in business and get a major in human resources, or even a psychology degree.
Question 2. If I want to be really successful in human resources, what characteristics do I need?
Definitely a good people person. You need to love working with people. Also excellent communication skills, that's a big one. You need to always be talking with people. And also being able to say the same thing to everybody, being consistent with your advice that you give throughout the organisation.
And question number 3, if you could have done one thing differently but still end up exactly where you are today, what would you have done better?
Good question. I'm quite happy with the path I took, but I will say definitely being a little bit more comfortable about asking questions and seeking advice.
Well, Elise, thank you so much for talking me through it. I now know what it means to work in human resources.
Thank you very much. It's been really fun.
Well, there you go. That's just the tip of the iceberg of what it means to work in human resources. If you want to get involved, you want more info, you've got to get onto studentedge.com.au. And don't forget, if you're really keen about it, get out there, network and meet people.
Nice work, Hans. That looks really resourceful.
Rebecca.
Well done, Beck. Look, that is it for the show, guys. If you want to win Scott Park's B1 Home Studies Scholarship, head to IwannaB.com.au, enter the competitions page, enter the code word HOMES, H-O-M-E-S. You could score yourself $5,000.
Yep, and don't forget your chance to win an iPhone 6 thanks to Student Edge.
And you need the code word, which is... Hope you guys are paying attention. Hey, next week I'm getting into the garage with an apprentice service technician. New City Toyota. Actually, those are the guys that lend us our crew cars, so massive thanks to them.
Awesome. Well, I put on my walking shoes and learn how to be a tour guide.
That's cool, and I find out what it's like to be a social worker.
Oh, so much fun. So many more code words for you. Stick around next time on IwannaB. See you then.
Bye.
And that's a wrap.